I used to think if I couldn't find hope, I should just let it all go. I used to think if I couldn't make dreams come true, I should just let them all go. When life seems impossible, look from a new angle. Change just one little thing. When life feels intolerable, find your true source of love. Concentrate, focus on love. Center now, focus on love. Dedicate, focus on love.
Awesome. Welcome
Focus
everyone
on,
to
focus
the
on
Spearitual here at the Soul Station. I am your Pat, teacher, advisor, and coach. Welcome. We're going to go ahead and dive into the lesson for mid-month of August. We're picking up off of session 1, lesson 1. So this is considered session 1, lesson 2. And we're still discovering love. We're still on that subject matter of love. So what we're going to start with going forward is Matthew 22, okay? And we're going to be reading verses 37 through 39, okay? And that's the first book of the New Testament, okay? Matthew 22. And we're going to start with verses 37, and we're going to end at 39, okay? And it says, "But last of all, he sent unto them his son, saying, They will reverence my son. But when the husbandmen saw the son, they said among themselves, This is the heir. Come, let us I'm sorry, am I reading the right one? Matthew 22. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong chapter. Okay, Matthew 22, 37. Jesus said unto them, Thou shalt love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all of the law and the prophets." So I went on over to 40, didn't mean to do that. But again, let's go back for a minute. "Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind." This is the first and great commandment. The second is similar to it, to love your neighbor as yourself. Now, I posed a question a few weeks ago about how to love your neighbor, and if the balance was appropriate, if you have a nasty neighbor, if that's how they know love, should you show love the same way they give it, or do you do the opposite and you exercise the things that we discussed last week, which we'll get back to in just a moment. Now, when it came to love, it talked about the law. So we know, some of us know, that the law in terms of the Bible, because we're starting with this book. I prefer this book because this is a global book, okay? And everyone around the world is affected by the Bible. It's not the oldest book, but I will say it's one of the greatest books ever written. So we're going to go to Exodus 20th, okay? That's the second book of the Old Testament, okay? Exodus 20. Just put my glasses on. Okay. And we're going to start with verses 3. And verse 3 says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." Okay. 4 says, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth." Okay. 7 says, "Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy." Okay. Go down to 12. "Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's." Okay. You can reread this on your own time, but we just want to kind of dabble into the elements of what we refer to as love, okay? So let's flip back, because these are the commandments, okay? And these commandments represent acts. If you love God, this is what you do. When you love your parents, this is what you do. When you love your neighbor, this is what you do. This is how you act, and this is how you should think. So let's go back to 1 Corinthians 13. That's the New Testament, all the way towards the back. There's 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians. Okay, so 1 Corinthians 13. Okay. And this title, Love is the Greatest Gift. Again, though I speak with the tongue of men and of angels and have not charity. So we're going to substitute charity, the word charity, with love. And have not love, I am become as a sounding brass or tinkling cymbal. So to me, you just noisy. You just saying shit. You just saying stuff. Okay? And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all this faith so that I can remove mountains and have not love, I am nothing. How can that be? How can it be when I'm doing all of these things, but if I don't have love, you're nothing? Okay? That's why I am urging people to dabble deep into the meaning of love, because I don't believe you can live anything you can't define. Okay, so let's take it to the board. Wonderful. So hopefully you all can see the board clear enough, where we discussed love in session 1, lesson 1, and we gave it titles. Okay, so we gave Gil, God is love, and we discussed the first and only scripture in the Bible that discusses or describes God's love is that he gave his only begotten son. There's nothing else in there that talks about God loving mankind or humanity other than he gave his only begotten son. All the other scriptures I have researched and learned through life has always been our love towards him and our love towards each other. Okay? I haven't even really discussed scriptures that talk about loving yourself. Okay? Now, when we talk about the love of us, we titled it Lou, right? Lou. And in 1 Corinthians 13, it talked about all of these different stuff. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, that's a sacrifice. But I don't have love, it profits me nothing. What's the gain if you're doing all of this and you don't have love? But what is love? I mean, really, what is love? And then it says, love suffereth long and is kind. Love envieth not. Love vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. It don't give itself a whole lot of self-importance. That's what vaunteth is really discussing. But it starts to detail what it's not. Okay, so we talked about the ingredients of love: kindness, giving, caring. And then we got to a little rough spot where it talks about it envieth not. We called it jealousy, okay? And it just so happened Lou is involved in jealousy, the love of us, okay? I got a little surprise for you in the end, okay? So it's not puffed up. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you have people that become, they say they love you, but they become a little condescending, like, okay, maybe they bailed you out of a situation and they're helping you, you know what I'm saying? And although it's an act, it looked like love, but condescending attitude, puffed up attitudes don't feel like love. And that's what we discussed last week. What is the difference between your feelings and how you think? What is love? How you feel and how you think are two totally different things. It says, it does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil. Rejoices not in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. You know, that kind of sounds like a friend. You know how to say, when your friends really love you, they really honest with you. They're not going to tell you what you want to hear, right? They're going to give you the truth, what you need to hear. Why would they do that? Because they love you. Well, what do you mean that you love me? Okay? So charity or love never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they will fail. Whether there be knowledge, it will vanish away. So we know that it's a season for everything. Everything will pass, but it's something about love that will not perish. Okay? It talks about we know in part, we prophesied in part, but when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away with. So, you know, when perfection comes, because the next verse gets really interesting, okay? It starts to talk about maturity. When your mind is different, when your mind is growing up, okay? You begin to take a different approach to life and humanity than you did when you were immature. Okay, so I want to share this one scripture with you regarding love, and it's coming out of John 15. Okay, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Okay, John 15. I want you to hear this one thing before we actually sum this up. And it's verse 13. Now this is Jesus speaking. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. So to Jesus, Yeshua, whatever you prefer to him as, Rabbi, for him, he said the greatest love of all is when people lay down their life for their friends. Now what does that mean, laying down your life for your friends? Because to me that is definitely an act of love. When you're showing kindness, that's an act of love. But let me tell you, people can be kind to you and be thinking about how to get rid of you at the same time. Okay? So that can't be love. Okay? Somebody can give you a gift, right? But behind that gift, there's a motive. So kindness and forgiveness can't be love, right? Somebody can be caring, okay? You sick in the hospital or you bed rest and they giving you soup. They caring for you, but it's arsenic in the soup. It's an act, but is it love? And we don't even have to talk about jealousy. That's a whole other subject, okay? Then Jesus said the greatest love is when somebody lay down their life for you, okay? And in my aspect, Jesus was willing to lay down his life for his friends, not for everybody. God gave him to the world. And when I say lay down your life for a friend, that don't necessarily mean at gunpoint. I've heard stories where people went and took charges for friends. They went to jail for them. That's laying down your life for a friend. Okay? I've heard people who, you know, out of reflex just jumped in the middle of a shooting for a sibling. You know, just not acting, just because of whatever that is, that connection. They lay down their life for their friends. So my question to you again for session 1, lesson 2, what is love? Define it for yourself. Because even in Exodus 20th, where it gives the law, which is telling you how to think. Then you have 1 Corinthians that's giving you all these acts. It still did not tell you exactly what it is, which I can appreciate. Because at least at that point, you are defining it for yourself. And guess what's next? You're going to measure yourself first. And I'm going to leave it on that note until next week. Thank you so much for tuning into the Soul Station here with the Spearitual Bee. I can't wait to bring you another one. Till then, one love, happiness, and peace. Take care. All right, what's going on, survivors? Welcome to the Soul Station with the Spiritual Bee. This is your mid-August report. I hope you had a chance to check out the mid-month lesson, the follow-up. Okay, follow-up. Session 1, lesson 2. We're still on the subject of love. I don't know if that's going to play out in your forecast or not. I don't know if it's going to be something you want to hear. But nonetheless, it's a part of life. At least you have people in place to prepare you. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I hope that it's something you do want to hear. Many blessings to you. We're going to go ahead and get started with this planetary lineup. If you have not supported the channel, you can do that now. I'll remind you throughout. External planetary energy is influenced by Mercury for mid-month, and you are in the Wands or Staffs energy. Internal energy is coming out of Mars, and you are in the Cups, okay? You are in the water element, and 14 may be of significance. Maybe you have a 14-year-old. Maybe you've been in something for 14 years. Maybe it's the 14th day. Like Valentine's is 14, right? It equates to 5, which deals with commitment, third party commitments. Okay. But I see externally you have, I don't know if this is a startup or new, but you are very energetic and fired up, and you may even be I don't know if you're firing people up to respond, or if your communication is over the top. I don't know if you're upset. I don't know if you got to get something through or across to someone. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're a drill sergeant. You know what I'm saying? And you have to, you got a new member or a new recruit, and there's definitely some type of exclamation here, some exciting communication. And whatever it is, you're going to want to move on it. You're going to feel very passionate about it. You're going to feel very loving towards it. Okay? 14 to me can represent love. Okay? I'm going back to Valentine's Day. But this doesn't have to necessarily be a person, even though we have Mars here, which is masculine energy, to testosterone here. This is energy. This is being highly energetic to move on something that you're passionate about. I don't know if it's a project, if it's a relationship. I don't know if it's just in your work. I don't know if this takes you back to this year's Valentine's Day, or if this is connected to 2023 Valentine's Day, but that keeps coming out, and that's interesting. Let's see how your moon energy matches up with your planetary energy. Okay, so yeah, you are awarded the copper status reading. It's a little different because we're going to a bi-weekly reads now, so it's counted differently. So really, you get more of a fuller forecast because of this transition towards transformation. External energy, we always get the moon in Virgo, right? So we know that's dealing with health. I'm saying this is also dealing with details, especially with Mercury here. You're going to have to take an assertive approach. You're going to have, I don't know if you have to gear up the energy for this, but you're going to get to the bottom of the details. You got to get into the details. Or maybe you're just in that place because you are influenced by the Virgo moon, okay? Internally, you're going to be dealing with the moon in Libra, okay? We're trying to balance the scales here. So externally, again, issues surrounding health and exercise may come to the fore. Focus on your physical well-being. This may be pertaining to an issue that you know you're already dealing with. Okay, you maybe want to communicate about it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody got something wrong, but this is the first time you heard this. This is dealing with details too. Internally, avoid making serious decisions and instead focus on creating harmony within your relationships. I told you there is some passionate, loving energy being put forth towards, I don't know if this is a loved one, if this is towards family, your job, your career, whatever it is. But right now is a time to think things through, not necessarily, and to gather information, but not necessarily time for you to act on anything. Okay. I'm hearing something about justifying something, so you may be justifying that fella. I'm gonna keep that here. I don't know. That's a fallout card. That's an agreement for me, or if it's for you, I don't know. But we're gonna keep it turned up. I feel like somebody's trying to justify love. It keeps coming out. That's probably why that Valentine's Day is coming up. But don't make a serious decision because family may be important. You know what I'm saying? Health may be one of the issues revolving around this love situation. I don't know. But I keep hearing balancing things out. Okay, source, let's not keep doing that. I need, 5 cards, please. For survivors, whenever you're ready, source. I think it's a lot going on in your house for some reason. Okay. I don't know what's going on with y'all. It's different. It's got something to do with Mars. Just pointing it out. Somebody's heart. Somebody's feelings. Here, somebody may be weighing their feelings. Okay, I'm feeling that energy. Okay, overall, maybe it's the King of Swords. I don't know. Is this you or someone else? Okay, and it's based on the Hermit. All right, it's mid-month until around September. You have the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's your expected energy. It's all coming out of the reverse King of Wands energy or person, and you have an outcome of the Two of Cups. Okay. Your underlying energy is the Four of Wands. So I can see that. Should you welcome someone? This is an open invitation. I don't know if this is due to career, if this is due to business. When I say career, that means like job fields that you're in forever, that you love, that you want to do, you know, a job that you stay in forever. That's a career. But if it's business, personal, that's different. You know what that is. But if it's professional, you could be building a business, deciding when to open. This could be your launch or your debut. I don't know. But this can also be personal to you, like I said, personal to you. Maybe you want to invite someone over, someone that you're passionate about, somebody you got feelings for. You may want to talk to them for the first time. Maybe you're excited. You know what I'm saying? But your energy, whether it's in the present or the past, is coming out of the King of Wands. You are someone that sort of put the brakes on something. They sort of are either focused on something in particular, or they turned away and have decided to focus on something else. So either the brakes is been put, maybe it's on a relationship, I don't know, on a career, and now I'm just turning somewhere else. Or this could be representing going in a new direction, okay? because the King of Wands is very futuristic, very, it has a lot of forethought, okay? He exercises a lot of forethought, and I feel like there is a change in direction. This could, because to me, the King of Wands is very career oriented, okay? Um, and he likes to build business as well. But I feel like the King of Wands, in a lot of ways, likes to use his mind and his mind over his hands. Okay, he likes giving direction, and it's based on discovery. Okay, or uncovering some truth. Okay, I'm hearing history here. It's got something to do with history. Let's find out what's going on with the King of Wands and the Hermit, which the moon in Virgo is the Hermit. Okay, discovery, uncovering the truth, because this is what's going on in your present energy. It's uncovering the truth. What is the truth? I don't know if it's dealing with your health. Is it dealing with love? Is it dealing with a business decision? Does it have anything to do with your career? Because with the King of Wands here and the Hermit, and even with the King of Swords, I'm thinking education. And maybe you want to go more towards a medical or clinical, or something in the health field, because somebody's just going a whole total different direction. It's like going from the west to the east. Okay, some of you may be considering moving east. Okay, let's find out why the King of Wands reverses here for mid-month August report. And the Hermit. And I feel like for some of you, this is really intentional, because we have the King of Swords here. It's like your interest is piqued. You've come across some information. You want to dig a little deeper into this. But for a lot of you, it's got something to do with knowledge. It's like, I don't know if it seems more historical to me. Others of you, this got a lot to do with education. Extending your knowledge. I'm trying to be careful using education. We have the Seven of Wands reversed and the Eight of Wands as the reason for the King of Wands reversed and the Hermit. That's what I said. Whoever this is applying to, this is about focusing on your own things, things that are personal to you, personal efforts, going in a new direction and seeking this new direction, but it's like you're doing the homework first. You're getting the information first. You wanted to know what's the truth behind it. Even if this is dealing with, it seems more business and educational to me, more so than love, but there's a possibility that it pertains to love, or you will connect with someone you'll be passionate about. It may be a lot to decide here with this connection. I don't know why. Maybe they are already in a relationship, already committed, I don't know. But I'm like, you got a lot of things you have to get out, a lot of information is coming at you for you to study and pay attention to and work out. And I'm hearing classify. You got to classify some things. There you are again, energy, King of Wands, underlining the energy for their reason. This is all about, this is being very goal-oriented, okay? This is being very goal-oriented. And one thing, as far as I'm concerned, one of the things about the King of Wands, he likes school. He likes teaching. Anything that deals with teaching, whether you're coaching, whether you're being a mentor, whether you're being an advisor, whether you are, you're a director for film. He likes stuff like that. He likes being able to do this. Tell you, you know, I need you over there. I need you. Let's point the finger. They, you know, but I would still classify it as a studious energy, a studious person, somebody who knows where they want to go. Because like I said, the King of Wands is kind of always ahead of the game. Okay? And I see that your overall energy here based on this is in-depth study, in-depth investigation. This could be personal. This could be, I don't know. It could be outside of you because somebody's trying to get to the bottom of something. Maybe they are wondering why you're going in a new direction or in a different direction. Because whoever this is very much focused on their path, on where they're trying to go in life. All the many places they got to go. They got to go a lot of many places, you know. And it's like you're getting better focus. Your focus is better. It's like taking a different or new approach. I don't know if you're just clearing your head, if you're gathering information, if you're trying to see the facts. Some of you are going to get to the bottom, or it's going to have to get to the point about some money, something that's financially about money. It's money related. I don't know what it is, but it still has a lot to do with looking up information, obtaining information, going back old records, you know, whatever that is, old for the time you at. You know, say for instance, you've been paying a mortgage for 5 years. The old records would probably go back 5 to 4 years. You know what I'm saying? But I see someone reaching out and the outcome you or them based on what they've learned. Okay? Based on some things that, you know, I don't know why I'm hearing unfounded. It's unfounded. Not this research. For some of you, this is going to bring some healing to a situation. Like I said, for some of you, this could definitely be dealing with a relationship. Because, you know, we have those cheaters. And the King of Wands is here. And, you know, somebody may have a private investigator trying to get to the bottom of this relationship. Because somebody's been talking to somebody, fired up. Sexual conversations here. Invitations. You know. There's another note here for somebody. Mid-month. Let's sum it up. You have the guitars, your sums. Okay. S. This is a lowercase s, may be a significance to you. The abbreviation, acronym, maybe the start of someone's name, maybe, you know, column S. I don't know. I'm hearing pick who you want to play with. Okay. This may be about good smokes, good tar. And I kind of feel like somebody feels strung along, like there's just, you got me hanging on a string now. I'm not your plaything. Okay. Not your plaything. I don't know where this coming from. We do have the King of Wands here. To me, he can be a bit of a player now. There it is, the written word. And you have, when life gets real It's not going to be smooth. All right, that's the beautiful Mary J. Blige words. Let me see what's going on underneath that. It says, a word to the wise ain't necessary. It's the stupid ones that need the advice. And that's Bill Cosby. And I'm going to close it right here. Thank you so much, Fishes, survivors, for tuning to Soul Stations with the Spearitual Bee once again for a mid-month report. I can't wait to bring you another one. But until then, do whatever it takes to make you happy, honey. Hotep and one.
I should just let it all go.